Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you would like to. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Josie Reish, and then there's the website, hayhouse.com, at the bottom there. It's an older deck, but feel free to check it out if you would like to. Okay. There's pictures on the back of that that I didn't notice. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, that's where that card is popping up. We got Taurus. How many cards we got to put in here, Taurus? Which is fine. Other people and their problems. It's off to the side. It does seem to be factoring things in. I feel like I'm going to say something painfully obvious. Taurus handles a lot, can handle a lot. I don't know, I feel like I should say this too. Just because you can handle a lot doesn't mean you want to, but you do. It's kind of like where I want to go in life. I just keep moving. You can handle a lot, and you just seem to take care of things in your time and the way you need to. What is with the energy around you here? I'm dealing with somebody who's really difficult. Very difficult. They're difficult to you. But the thing is, they also seem to agree with you. Okay. Whoever you're dealing with, they're difficult. They're really difficult. But they agree with you. Like, why are they so difficult? It's more about they agree with what has to be done. I feel like it's a tact. Maybe it's tact? No, something else. They're difficult. Even though they agree with you, they're difficult. I just keep getting they're difficult. Hopefully that'll make more sense to you. It's like they agree with what has to be done. They do eventually. They eventually do it the way it needs to be done. Okay. But they're difficult. I don't know. Are they kicking and screaming the whole way? I get sometimes. This person has a very strong voice, whoever it is. And I feel like you try to work with them. I feel like you try to be very careful how you talk with them a lot of times. It's kind of like, I don't know what's going on here, but I need them to do certain things. I feel like I try to be more... the Taurus energy I'm feeling tries to be more diplomatic. Doesn't always work, but you try. You try. They do agree with you more than not. And they do follow your lead. I'm getting the Hermit card, which is a compatible card. It's an Earth card. It is an Earth card. It is a Hermit, right? Yeah. They do follow your lead. But they're difficult. Alright, so this is like setting the stage for what we're dealing with. You do very much care about them too. Even though they're difficult, you do care about them. So I feel like I said this with, what was it, Capricorn I said this with? I'm like, I feel like that's obvious. If you didn't really care about them, you wouldn't spend your time. You're different than Capricorn, I know. You're similar but different. Makes me really uncomfortable dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. But you keep doing it. What is this face down card? I don't know if I like it. This person starts problems all over the place. This was face down. It's the Five of Wands. There's a lot of fights around this person. You're holding things together. You're holding things back. I feel like people aren't fighting with you directly, but there's people fighting with each other. But it's like, I have it like this. Like, you don't realize all the fights going on around you. You're very busy in keeping what you have to do together. You got a lot of responsibilities. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do all these things, and then police other people's attitudes. You can't do everything. You are human. You are. I feel like you might be telling that to people more on the regular, kind of like, listen, I'm a human. I cannot jump a building in a single bound. I cannot do it. I may seem like I can, but I can't. Um, so I feel like you're not aware of all these. Maybe not to the level at which they're fighting. Like people are constantly fighting around you. I don't feel like they're approaching you because I feel like if they start with you, you take over the situation. If it's that bad and they're screwing it up really bad, you'll just take it over and just like, well, I guess I'll just have to do it myself, and we're going to do it my way. If I'm the one doing it, we're doing it my way. They don't want that. A lot of arguments all around you. I don't. It's. Maybe people are sorting out their own problems. It has a lot to do with Captain Cranky Pants over here, who does follow your lead at some point, but is difficult. It's a lot. We're going to call them Captain Cranky Pants. There we go. Yeah. Dealing with Captain Cranky Pants. You don't understand what's really happening here. That's a problem. Because people are using this to their advantage. Because I see the Page of Swords as how you're relating to it. You don't realize what's really going on here. I feel like once you do, it changes the whole landscape. Because I feel like the fighting going on around you, it's unacceptable. Something here is unacceptable. Because it might be like not just fighting, but like bullying or degrading people, or it might be. I feel like it goes into a territory where you're like, oh, that was never acceptable. I feel like once you see it, because I think you're gonna. Well, I'm saying that like maybe this is what this reading is about. Like you got to find out what's going there, because once you see what's going there, you're gonna be like, oh, that was never acceptable, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not bullying each other. We're not degrading each other. We're not treating each other like that. That's not going to be allowed. Something is going off the rails here. It's way out of control. Something is out of control, and I feel like it's coming forward. It's people just keep doing it. It's kind of like, well, I feel like people are used to it. They're not bringing it to your attention for whatever reason, but something isn't right here. Something is not right here. When your energy comes in, I feel like people are not telling you. They're hiding it from you. It's almost like they feel like you have enough going on so that they don't want to put it on you. Because some people know and they realize you could help, but they're like, you got enough going on. We're not going to put that on you too. Other people are not bringing it towards you because they're a part of it and they're exhibiting that bad behavior. Or maybe they didn't start it, but they're playing into it and they're doing their own version of that bad behavior. There's some of that going on too. The devil is hiding from you. When I get the Two of Swords with the Devil card, the devil is hiding from you. The ironic part is the Devil card is an Earth card, and it does kind of, match in with you. I feel like when I'm feeling the devil, I feel like it's more the devil than the match. And I feel like it's kind of like it knows what to say and it knows how to treat you to keep you out of its business so it can keep abusing people, basically. I'm getting the Devil card. It feels very abusive in this situation, and it's hiding from you. It's appeasing you and making you think things are better than they actually are. Or at least being handled in a more respectable way than they actually are. And this might be a big piece of this reading, kind of like you need to find out what's going on, because people aren't telling you, and I feel like it's important that you know, because we need to kind of nip this in the bud. Because I really feel like you're going to get very upset when you find out what's been happening and how people have been treating each other. I'm getting the bullying thing. I'm getting like the degrading of people, like really nasty comments, not okay. And I feel like once you see it, you're not going to be happy with it. Because I do see it coming forward, and I see like this Knight of Swords coming in. Is that the Knight of Swords? Yep. It's interesting that it's a horse. I think you're the bull, right? Y'all are the bull, right? I don't know why I'm tripping on that, but like Taurus is the bull, yeah? But I'm getting like, I feel like this is saying you're going to kind of get in there and you're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. I was trying to get along with you. Or I was trying to get along with so-and-so, but now that this is going this way, we're going to handle this differently now. We're going to handle this differently. And I feel like your true strength is coming forward full force, and you're laying down the law. Like, this behavior, we're not doing that. That's done. That shouldn't have been here to begin with. That behavior, that's done. That's going over there. You, like, no, and that, you're going to fix this, and you're going to handle that because you have the attitude about that. You can do it. Is that the tower? Somebody, like, I feel like somebody's going to try to avoid the whole mess. The tower's coming down. What else is coming in? The moon. Somebody's like shocked that they're getting called out, but they're getting called out. I feel like somebody's trying to act like it wasn't them, and you're like, I know damn well it was them. Somebody's backing off, like they're acting like it wasn't me. I don't know nothing. I don't know, not me, Taurus, not me. And you're like, oh, I see you. Like, I'm just watching you. Maybe you don't call them out right away, but you're like, oh, we will be having a conversation at some point because I know what you did. And you're kind of like, go ahead, go hide. I'll find you when I want to. Go ahead, go hide. Just stay out of the way. I'll allow you to hide because you're out of my way, but we'll have a talk at some point when I feel good and ready. It's kind of like, I hope they sweat it out. It's kind of like that feeling, kind of like, oh, I hope they sweat it out. I hope they're real nervous. I'll let them be nervous. They deserve that. You're handling it very well. The thing is about Taurus, you don't have to scream and yell because when I feel like this is a Taurus thing, maybe not all Taurans, but I feel like a lot of you have it, where when you bring in your voice and you have something to say, there's like physical, it feels like there's physical weight on your words. And people like know, like when I'm telling you something, I mean it and I'm going to stand behind it. And like, it's not for fun. It's like, I mean it, and it's not going to disappear. If I brought it to your attention, it's going to happen. I think that's one reason like Taurus has so much weight behind their words, because you stand behind it and you put through the action to show like, I said that was going to happen, and look, it's happening, because you know what? I follow up on what I said I'm going to do. I feel like that's why Taurus's words are so heavy, because people know, like, oh, Taurus said they're going to do it, and you know dang well they're gonna. How is this ending? At some point, I do see you having a conversation with whoever that person is. I don't know if it's the same one, because it's starting to make me feel like the person that's normally a problem, I feel like they know better than to really cross lines too much. It might be somebody else who thought they were going to get away with bad behavior, a tad foolishly. Because I see things balancing back out. I feel like things are finally going the way they should, and I feel like I'm leaving things. I'm keeping people apart for a while. The Hanged Man coming in with the Six of Pentacles is like, I feel like I'm separating people out, and I'm just keeping people like, you stay over there, you stay over there. If you need to work with each other, I need to be there to make sure you treat each other correctly. And I want like, if there's emails about this situation, you include me on that email. Stuff like that. You're keeping people apart for a little while. The Hanged Man makes me feel like this isn't going to be a permanent solution. It's a for now until I've decided what I want to do with this solution. While you're involved at this point, things are peaceful, but are not completely resolved. I do see like people want, as time passes, they want to be on your good side. So people who had really bad behavior, they don't want to be on your bad side, which is very advantageous to you. I do see you kind of looking at the situation. You're going to handle it in your time appropriately. And yes, they're going to try to schmooze you. The point I feel like we're making with this is the bad behavior is not going to disappear. It will go dormant. So whoever this person is, that behavior they are prone to when they feel like they'll get away with it. So you're going to go into a period where they're going to act a lot better for a time. I feel like they're just trying to like point out something. If you didn't know, maybe you didn't want to see it this way, that behavior is not going away. It's going dormant. So you're going to make your impact. The best impact you can say is you're not going to tolerate it, and you don't think that they should be ever treating anybody that way at all. You'll make your point. As long as they're trying to impress you or try to stay on your good side and they feel like you're watching, they will mind their P's and Q's, if you'll follow me. You know what I mean? They will do what they're supposed to do. They will be more respectable while they think you're watching and they want to stay on your good side. But if they get to a point where they don't care if they're on your good side or not, or they don't think you're watching and they think they can get away with it, that behavior will come back full force. Maybe even a little bit more intense than usually because they really like acting that way and they like getting away with it. I know it's not the pretty way to end this reading, but they're saying even though they're really good to you and they want to get along with you, see it for what it is, realize the reason why they're behaving themselves. You're not going to solve this problem, you're going to have it under control. And those are the reasons it stays under control. I don't know where that's going to take you, but I feel like that's arming you in a sense of like how you're going to handle it or what you need to do with it and how you need to see the longevity, like how this will be successful in the long run. Especially if you're thinking at some point they may just not like you at all, or you're thinking at some point you're not going to be able to like keep an eye on them as closely. So maybe that'll kind of like, all right, so since I'm not going to be able to do it, I have to find somebody else who's just as strong and can stand up to this person and keep that person under control. Because if I'm not there, there has to be another reason this person acts respectable. They have to have a different reason to be a good person. That's how they are. They're just giving you a heads up. If you just see it that way, it'll empower you to handle it in a way that has better longevity and a better positive longevity, better outcome in the long run. I'm saying it messed up, but you know what I mean. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.